Still bleeding from where his silver wings had been ripped from his back, Morpheus stumbled across Iris's rainbow from Mount Olympus toward the depths of the underworld. He could hardly see through his tears. He couldn't think. He wasn't even sure if he was breathing. The horrible vision kept playing over and over in his mind. Zeus opening his great mouth and swallowing Persephone before throwing Demeter into the birdcage that had been Morpheus's prison. He could still hear Zeus's threat. "I will spare Iris and give you back your wings if, and only if, you do something for me." Then the king had said, "I want you to report back to me on everything you see and hear. You will use the helm of invisibility and Iris's rainbow to travel back and forth." But worst of all, Zeus had said, "If you fail me, I promise I will take pleasure in ripping those pretty little wings from your pretty little girlfriend. Then I will defile her in ways you can't imagine before I paralyze her and hide her at the bottom of a river, where she will spend eternity, just like Phaeton. Do you understand?" Then Zeus had forced Morpheus to swear on the river Styx that he would obey, and Morpheus, full of fear and dread, had sworn. Had it really happened, or had it been a horrible nightmare in the dream world that had passed through the gates of ivory and not through the gates of horn? Morpheus's knees quivered as he walked beneath the helm of invisibility. He'd never flown without his wings. His beautiful wings, were they really gone? He strained to see his back. No wings, only fresh blood. So much blood. He wondered if he would ever see his wings again, or if he was doomed to suffer the same fate as Iris's sister, Arc. Poor, sweet Iris. The memory of her lovely face twisted with fear and agony brought a new wave of tears to Morpheus's eyes. She'd been a faithful servant to Zeus, and the king couldn't care less. Morpheus had once believed that if you were a good and loyal subject, the king would always protect and reward you. But now he knew that wasn't true. Unlike her sister, Iris had done nothing to deserve the threats against her. Persephone may have taken her chances against her father, but what had Demeter done to deserve imprisonment? Zeus used people. He didn't care about fairness and justice. He only cared about power. That's why he had swallowed Athena's mother in the first place. He was no better than his father, Kronos. Morpheus felt like an idiot for ever trusting his king. Why, oh, why hadn't Morpheus trusted his father? If he had, maybe he and Iris would be safe, and none of this would be happening. When Morpheus reached the throne room in the palace of Hades and Persephone, he found it empty. He followed the sounds of voices to one of the meeting rooms, where there were many gathered, including his parents. Hades and the Furies and Pete were there. Apollo and Artemis were there. Poseidon, Than, and Therese were there. Huddled in a corner, near the flickering fires of the Phlegethon, were two Asian kids fast asleep. Hermie and Hestie were each lying on a bed in the middle of the room, where the table usually was, and they were glowing. Morpheus forgot that he was beneath the helm. He stared with wonder at the glowing bodies of his cousins and of the blond boy hovering in the air above them, who Morpheus now realized must be the son of Zeus, Poros. Artemis said, "That can only mean one thing." Poseidon glanced around the room. "Poros is stronger than Zeus." Morpheus wasn't sure what he had heard. He felt as if he was in the dream world witnessing a bizarre nightmare. Dazed, trembling, perplexed, he fell to his knees. He wanted to tell his family the truth, even if it meant that the Maenads would rip him to shreds every year. But he couldn't bear the thought of his sweet Iris paralyzed at the bottom of a river for all eternity. And yet, if he didn't tell his family what Zeus had made him swear to do, what worse thing would Zeus do to them? Was it right for Morpheus to put his and Iris's happiness above all of theirs?